Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're watching Lost. This is the 14th episode of the first season. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in and enjoy. So last episode I thought it was interesting because we kind of focused on Boone. You know, Shannon was involved in it quite a bit, but I felt like it was his episode to tell and his storyline, and we focused mainly on him on the island with Locke, and then obviously in the back storyline we focused in on him a lot as well. Basically in his flashback he got he got a phone call off Shannon begging him to come and help her. You know, she was in Australia, she needed him to come and save her, and you know, straight away, as a brother would do, he flew over. Now when he arrived and knocked on, he seen she was with his boyfriend, and you know, she was reluctant to leave, but she did move her hair out of the way and showing that she was like bruised all in the head, and she was like, it's fine, Boone, we'll catch up tomorrow. And you know, I was giving her credit. I was saying that's decent, do you know what I mean? Like, she didn't kind of say, look, help me, but she kind of like shown him kind of like obviously the damage that's being done, so he can obviously try and get help. Basically Boone read this situation, he went over to him, he was like, look mate, I'll give you 25k to break up with my sister, leave her. He was like, no, I love her, you know what I mean, I want more than that. Doubled it, 50k, he handed it over. Turns out that it was all part of Shannon's master plan. He did mention that he's done this before as well, Boone, to obviously her boyfriend, said that he's not the first person that he's paid off, and it was all revealed that Shannon, she's kind of you know, well, she's upset. She believes that her family deserves all of the money that Boone and obviously his mother inherited. Basically she was saying that when her father died, his mother took all of the money and she just wants her like basically part of it. So I mean, it was well interesting, that, honestly. And obviously Boone was really hurt by that. He went back to his hotel, and then she come later on and knocked on. Basically she was saying he stole it, the 50k that we give, obviously you give to my boyfriend, he's done a runner. And he was like, what a shocker that was. And then obviously she come in, she must have been drunk and that, and she revealed that she knew that Boone's obviously fell in love with her for most of her life, and that's how she's always been able to use him and get him to do stuff for her. And then they started making out, and then, you know, we kind of got the insinuation that they slept together. Then in the morning, you know, Boone was like, what we're going to do? And she was like, we'll just go back to normal. And he looked like he was disappointed with that. But then if you go back to obviously what was going on into the island, obviously Locke's been sensing and seeing this as well. Do you know what I mean? He's been telling Boone not to go and tell anybody back at camp what they've actually found until they realise like what it is themselves. He was saying that Shannon's on his back all the time, consistently asking, and he's going to have to give her something. And he was like, look mate, if you go back, then we're kind of done. He was like, well, I'm going to go back and tell her anyway. And boom, mate, he kind of knocked him out and then tied him up. And then he tied Shannon up as well. And, you know, he was basically, the story that he was trying to tell him or help him with is that Shannon is the person that's weighing him down. He ended up fighting himself out with the rope, you know, he cut it. He was running away from this monster that was chasing him, and he freed Shannon as well. He was tied from the tree, and basically he's protecting her all of the way. And yeah, do you know what I mean? At the very end of the episode, you could see that he stared right into the monster's eyes, survived, yes, the same as Locke did. You know, the pilot, he died, but this time he survived. So two of them stared right into the face of the island and come out with a different outlook as they went into it. And obviously this time it seems like Boone feels like Shannon needs to be set free and go and you know, take care and look after herself. She's not his problem anymore. So it's going to be interesting to see his personality and if it changes moving forward. That's where we currently are. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you do enjoy today's, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
Claire's bags.
You see my son?
You seen her bags? Not being brought back here. No one seems to know what's happened to it.
Sorry, man. I don't know. I'm just looking for Walt. You listened to your old man when you were 10, right?
Yeah, I listen. Maybe a little too well.
I gotta go find my kid. Walt!
Seems to hate it, doesn't he?
What? Walt!
Being a dad?
I feel like he'll enjoy it. He's just getting accustomed to it.
What? This is definitely my baby's crib. Hey, I talked to Andy. He said he could throw some work my way.
What about your art?
No. I'm not giving it up. I'm just gonna take a break until you finish law school. I like to do that, you know? Name him after my dad.
Walter Lloyd.
That's why you won't marry me. It's not that you think marriage is too prosaic. You just want to have your last name.
Man, I suck.
You can do better than that. You know what that is, right? The mind's eye?
Like a picture in your head? Or...
That's right. Now do it again. But see it.
Whoa.
Yes!
What the hell is going on? Take Vincent and go back to camp. You give my boy a knife.
You should have seen what...
Hey, don't tell me what I should have seen, man. You're playing my son against me. And I'm gonna have a...
I know it's been difficult to bond with your son. You know why he's formed an attachment to me? Because I treat him like an adult, you still treat him like a boy. As long as we're here, I think Walt should be allowed to realize his potential.
He's not said anything wrong there, really. See, I've said this with Shannon, and I'm gonna say it with Michael, and I've also said it with Sawyer. But what it is, it's integration. Yeah, I'm not saying that Michael's not integrated into the camp, but what I am saying is he doesn't give enough integration with Walt. That's what it is. He doesn't play his games, don't let him come on the hunt, you know, with him. He hasn't really got lots of time for him. All you ever see is him saying that Walt cannot do things. Can I go and play? No, not now. I'm doing something. He was doing the showers, wasn't he? Can we go hunting? No, I'm going. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he puts enough effort in, but I'm not blaming him, because it's like, if you've never been a dad before and you just get given a kid, basically, it will take a lot of getting accustomed to. Also, you have to start thinking, put them first, think about them. You know, everything that you used to be doing on your own, I could just get up and go, no, I've got to think of Walt now. You know, where's Walt? Is he okay? Do you know what I mean? And then, you know, where a parent who's had a kid for 10 years will be like, yeah, okay, you're fine going with Locke, it's no problem. You know, would have a different approach to somebody who's had a kid for 10 days. No, don't go with him. He's a stranger. I need to protect you. You know, I'm your dad. And do you know what I mean? So in that aspect, I kind of get where he's coming from. And what it is the fact that he's never really had a relationship with him. And then they're on this island stranded, and he's having more of a relationship with Locke than he is with his dad. That's where it's getting to him. But I also feel like if he just took part, yeah, let's run knives together. Let's go hunting. You know, let's do this, let's do that as a team. It would just work out, but he's so hostile.
You're not taking him. You're not taking my son.
It's an offer, Michael, and that's where the job is.
You said you were happy. What about the legal clinic being a good fit?
You know I've always wanted to do international law.
Am I supposed to be happy for you over here? Hey, we got problems, right? That's what people have. You want to go to counseling? I'm down with that. Let's go. You already took it, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I'll give him everything he needs.
Except for his dad. He's not going with you. So no!
You really want to argue with me about this?
Hell yes! There are laws against this kind of thing.
We're not married, Michael. This is not goodbye forever.
Seems like it was, though, wasn't it? See, this is, you know what I've got to say is, I don't like the fact that one parent, in this scenario, it's the female. And to be honest, in most of the life, it is the female as well. It can decide to say, I'm moving a country, I'm taking the kid, and that's allowed. I don't understand how that is, how that's allowed. Like, to me, it doesn't make any sense that, like, it's, like, in that scenario there, for him, so unfair. He's a loving dad that wants to be in his kid's life, and the mum's like, I'm moving to Amsterdam. And he's like, well, what about my son? Oh, well, I've got a good job, I'll look after... Yeah, but what about me? I want to look after him, I want to be part of his life. I can't afford to move to Amsterdam. Oh, well, you don't have a choice, because I'm going anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like, how's that fair? And take the gender out of it, regardless what parent was doing that, it's just not right, is it? Let's be honest.
Are you all right?
Just don't know how to talk to him. You know, understand, I'm on his side. Can't grow up here.
Once I realized these equations were coordinates, latitude and longitude, I assumed the French woman was trying to determine the location of the island. I think it's a location on the island, specifically here. This may be the transmitter sending out the distress call and its power source.
What are we talking about doing now? Building water filtration systems, playing golf, making a sweet little home here? We need to get off this island. We need a little optimism here, okay? And we got to do something, because, let's be honest, no one's coming. But I'm doing this. My son and I are leaving. Anybody that wants to help us build, God bless you. You're reading a comic book in Spanish, and you don't read Spanish, man.
I like the pictures.
You know, when I was your age, I don't know, maybe a little older, I used to trace comic books.
Hey,
I said, I need your help. Let's go.
I just want him to hear my voice. I miss him.
I know. Let me call you back, okay? This isn't a good time. Let's talk tomorrow, okay? I'll call you for more.
What the hell is going on?
I've been seeing someone. Brian Porter.
The guy who hires you. I'm coming to Amsterdam.
Michael, don't. It's over between us.
I'm not coming for you. I'm coming for Walt.
Yeah, I like that from Michael. See what I mean? A person who wants to be in his kid's like, oh.
These are Claire's things. Who brought them here?
I did. Why? What are you doing?
Claire's diary. She kept a diary in her side pocket. I know, because I saw her put it in there.
Am I being punished?
What you think, working with your old man is punishment? This is us taking control of our destiny.
So what are you two selling today?
Where's Claire's diary?
You mean this one? No, I'm not sure that's the best idea.
Just give it to us.
Dear Diary, I'm getting really freaked out by that has-been pop star. Ow!
That was a good shot, that, right into his sore arm. Oh. I think Walt will like building the boat once it starts.
I'm gonna get some water.
So you guys just gonna keep coming back without any food? Could you be acting any weirder?
Shannon, you've been a functioning bulimic since junior high. Thought you'd be excited about dropping a size or two.
Maybe you should help Michael. He's building a raft. I was thinking I would help him out. Maybe finally get the hell out of here. Why don't you help me?
No thanks.
You're not to come to me anymore.
What is wrong with you?
I was just coming to
I
see.
told you to stay away from my son.
He didn't. I was just
Well,
giving
I don't
some...
want to hear from you. I catch you with my son again, I'll kill you.
I'd like to see them have a little scrap, though.
You're a jerk.
What'd you say to me?
Mr. Locke didn't do anything wrong. He's my friend.
He's not anymore.
You want to show up after my mom died? Where were you when I was growing up, huh? Nowhere.
It's complicated.
I don't even care. You're not my father.
Oh, that was ruthless, that one, though, wasn't it?
You get over there, and you stay there.
I wonder what his mum told him about Michael. That's what would beat me up inside the most.
For my son, it's gonna be 2 next week. He lives in Amsterdam with his mom. Never know what to write.
What's black, white, and red all over?
Yeah, newspaper, right?
A penguin with a sunburn.
Hello, Michael. Finally called Andy when I hadn't heard from you in over 2 months.
So I look pretty good, huh?
Not that bad. We're moving to Italy at the end of the month. Brian's taking over the firm's Rome offices.
Sounds like Brian's on a roll.
And he wants to adopt Walt.
You're kidding me, right?
Consider what's best for Walt. Holding on if you want, but ask yourself why you're doing that. Is it really for him? Or is it for you?
Nah, I'm sorry, but that's bullshit, mate. That's honestly, it is, right? So, I'll give you an example then, yeah? Why take a kid that's just been born who's literally 1 year old? All right, let's just say less because it might have an attachment to a parent then. Couple of weeks old. Why don't you just give it to Elon Musk then? He's got billions. Kid's gonna have a way better life with Elon Musk than he is with us. Why don't you just do that? Are you really doing it because you're selfish that you want your kid? Oh, think about the kids. Nah, mate. That is just a crap reason. Basically, she's saying, look, mate, you want to stay in Walt's life for your reason. But that is what's best for Walt's upbringing. It's like, mate, it's my kid. I love him. Like, you're the one that took him away from me. I've not had the chance to be able to see him because you keep moving around, and every time I call, you know what I mean? You quit to put the phone down. You act like I don't want to be involved. I want to be. He was on his way. He got ran over. Like, I don't know, man. This episode, in the way it's kind of played out, well, first of all, I feel sorry for... In the backstory, I feel sorry for Michael the whole time. It's kind of stressing me out because I can see how much he wants to be in the kid's life and he's trying to manipulate it and push it and change it. And Walt in the present thinks that Michael didn't want him, and that's why it's stressing me out because I can see how much he actually does want to be in his life.
The kid's gone. Just grabbed the dog and took off.
Oh, where do you reckon he's gone?
Where the hell is he? What? I'm not in the mood for your games, man. Where's Walt?
Walt's not here, Mike.
Don't lie to me.
Hey, man, he's not here. Look around.
We help me look for him. That's what he wants to say.
Let's go find your boy.
Mate, he just needs to give Locke a chance.
I barely knew her. Barely know her. She's been missing over a week, and every day she's gone, it feels like bits of me are crumbling off.
Do you reckon he's going to read that diary because he's scared that what Sawyer said was true? I actually think it would be daft of Claire to write something negative about people in there, knowing that anybody could find the book while you're still on the island.
Hey. Hello. Homework.
I told you I need help.
He needs help.
Who cares about birds of Australia anyway? We're in Australia. I'm not looking. Not looking. Is it dead?
It's not Walt, is it? Is he not? It's not like got some mad powers, has it?
Michael Dawson. I'm Brian Porter.
Susan's Brian?
Can I come in?
Susan, know you here, man?
Susan died yesterday.
Yeah, everything goes out the window, whatever you're thinking.
Turns out she had a blood disorder. She was only sick for about a week. She told me she wanted you to have custody of Walt. Since you're his father...
I haven't been his father in 9 years.
That's kind of the thing, see. And I was honest with her from the beginning. I didn't want to be a father. These are 2 tickets. It's one round trip, the other one way, Sydney to New York.
She didn't tell you she wanted me to have custody of him. This is your idea.
Sometimes when he's around, things happen. He's different somehow.
See, again though, right, with that backstory, it's just added fuel to my annoyance of the fact that he never wanted to adopt Walt and it was all her idea, and she's come to Michael and made him feel bad and made him sign over custody. I'm guessing that he took money, which is bad on Michael, because no money should be able to replace, obviously, his son. So, on that part, you know what I mean? But it's mad, innit? The fact is, he said that he never really wanted kids and it was all her idea. Yet he had a loving dad really wanting to be in his life and tried to push it and get to him consistently. What did it, like, what made her so much dislike Walt? Do you know what I mean? I mean, Michael, like, it is crazy, and it does, like I said, it does stress me out. But we've had a reference now of strange stuff happening around Walt. We had the bird obviously hitting a thing. What other stuff has happened as well? And if that is the case, has anything happened there on the island? If not yet, when it does happen, what's going to? Do you know what I mean? That's excited me.
Walt! The board asked me to give you that. Some of Susan's effects. There's something else.
What's that?
Something I think Walt should have.
They are Michael's letters? Imagine he's never had them. Oh, it's a polar bear. This one. Mad how there's polar bears on the island.
Hey, Walt.
Who are you?
I'm your father. Listen, I can't explain how sorry I am. I know this is really hard to understand all of it. Brian loves you very much, and he wants you to stay with him. I'm your legal guardian. It's not like he's gonna disappear from your life, and he'll still call you. You'll still have your dog.
Hey, Walt, just hang in there, okay? If he comes near you, use it. Michael. Are you okay? Yeah. All right. Whatever you do, you hold on to this tight. You got me? Pull him, Locke!
I'm sorry.
No. We're okay.
See, it's in that situation there where you kind of think, okay, maybe Locke would be ideal teaching him a bit of defense, because if he ever finds himself in that situation again, at least he'd know how to, you know, handle himself from it and come out of it hopefully alive.
What's this?
Every card, every letter I sent you over the last 8 years.
I never saw these. Why didn't she give them to me?
But she didn't throw them away either, which means, you know, somewhere inside she wanted you to have them.
A penguin with the sunburn? That's dumb.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
I can't believe he's reading it.
I had that weird dream again, the one with the black rock I can't get away from. I tried to leave it, but it won't let me.
No, Danielle said the Black Rock.
The French woman said something about her team returning from the Black Rock.
Don't think that whistle's working, John.
You can't hear everything, Bone. Vincent, is that you?
It's like a person. Oh, they've took a baby.
Claire?
Well, I mean, that's what I'm assuming had happened. It didn't look like she had the big bump, but she might have. It might have just been the darkness. But then if they had took the baby, that's crazy, mate. I was gonna say, mad how maybe like 3 or 4 episodes in from the reveal of Ethan, and we'd not really used and gone deep diving into the Claire storyline and what's happened to her. Now that I think that they've taken a baby, which I never assumed until that second a minute ago, you know, I kind of want the whole episode of leaving Charlie and Ethan taking her and wherever he's gone and what's ever happened to her. Do you know what I mean? That's got her into that situation. Why do they want the baby compared to the people? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, because if they want more people as their pack or whatever's, then surely they can just embrace everybody that's here onto the island. If they don't, and they just want the baby, is that so that they could do kind of like an upbringing and pretend that he or she's one of them? And, you know, the ways of obviously their life onto the island. You know what I mean? It's really, really interesting. I mean, they mentioned the Black Rock. Danielle mentioned it as well. So I wouldn't have gone out into the jungle, into the dark, but definitely would have gone looking for Claire in the day. But she looks like she's been beaten up as well, though. It's not as if, like, it looks like they've just taken a kid. Her eyes is all bruised and you know, you could see the redness all over. And, you know what I mean? I'm actually excited now going into the next episode, because I've got to admit, this episode kind of stressed me out a little bit. And, you know, I'll probably say, do you know what? I'll probably say this is the episode I dislike the most out of the whole show. And not because of the episode was bad. It was just like what was happening in the episode. Me physically seeing how much Michael wanted to be in his kid's life, and then seeing the other side of a parent that's doing, I won't say doing everything that they can to not let him be there, but like taking a kid away and consistently moving and not providing the letters, and, you know, getting him to sign over the adoption forms. And it's like, he didn't want to do any of that, and it makes him look like a terrible dad. And Michael went through the whole episode as well, not even bashing his mum once, knowing this information, knowing that he had these letters, knowing that, you know, he could say, why's your mum done this and that, you think I'm bad, but what about her? Do you know what I mean? He didn't do any of that. It just made me feel, I don't know, the episode kind of made me feel bad. That's how I could say it. I didn't like it because I didn't feel good watching it. It wasn't like, oh yeah, that's exciting. The whole time I was like, oh mate, I feel tight on you, Michael. Like, why is that happening? You know what I mean? So hopefully, I mean, I know that I've just said I felt tight on Michael, and now Claire's just lost a kid, but hopefully the next few episodes are like quick beat, fast pace, up, more intriguing and exciting onto the island. I feel like we're kind of like heavily focusing on a bit of backstories since the kidnapping, and I want more of the present. Okay, so that is going to wrap up the 14th episode of the first season. Absolutely flying through it, aren't we? Really, really, really good. I'm liking it so far. Like I said, you know, it stressed me out a little bit this episode in terms of the fact that Michael really wanted to be in Walt's life, and obviously the mum kind of done everything to kind of push him away, from being totally honest, from what I've just witnessed. You know, we are heavily focusing on a lot of the backstories, you know. I feel like we circled for everybody. I think we just got Hurley left to do now, and that might be everybody. And, you know, to me personally, the quicker we can get that out of the way, the better. I don't mind the backstories, but I feel like we got quite a lot of stuff that's going on the island. You know, we've got this Black Rock talk, whatever that is. We've got Claire, and what happened to her, you know, between obviously Charlie nearly being killed and her being taken with Ethan. Where did that go? Do you know what I mean? What's going on with the baby? I would like to see what's going on with that as well. The raft that they're considering building, how they're getting off the island. Do you know what I mean? Again, that's something else. Danielle, we could go into that one. So I feel like the island and the polar bear, you know, it's great that we've seen a second one here. It's random, it is, but it shows that, you know, it wasn't really a fluke the first time. There is more. So there's lots of stuff going on. Oh, and a trap door on the floor. Do you know what I'm saying? I feel like, let's not focus heavily on the past, and let's smash what all this interesting stuff that we've got in front of us. Now, again, I know I was talking about Michael, and obviously it stressed me out a bit, but also made me happy a little bit as well, because I've seen the bonding session happening with obviously him and Walt this episode. You've seen them back and forth. I feel like I said, I mentioned it before, that the problem with Michael is his integration with Walt is not like amazing, if I'm being totally honest, and it has the same effect kind of, I feel like Sawyer and Shannon do, where they don't like join and be a team player and show everybody that they're willing to obviously have a go. In my opinion, like, Walt wants to spend a lot of time with Locke, because he sees Locke as like a cool dude. He could do this, he can go hunting, he's got throwing knives, you know, he can build fires, he tracks, he does all this stuff. And you could see like how somebody at the age of 10 would find all that fascinating. But then you've got a dad on the other side who kind of wants to just go through the wreckage, you know what I mean? And he don't want you to do this and that and talk to people, and, you know, you can see why one looks really, really cool and one looks boring. And like, he could be part of that, Michael, if he just joins in and takes part. Because not to say he don't want his son being brought up kind of on the island, but the fact is that you're here, and like, there's lots of problems that faces, and like being well equipped to defend yourself, just like today's episode. And also having the ability to like hunt / you know, harvest, it's really good as well. Just what about building, you know, the raft that you were saying, if you could create little huts for people on the island, shelter, you know, even the showers that you draw on, do you know what I mean? Like, being practical and being involved in all of these stuffs is a way that you can connect, like I said, with Walt. Kate mentioned it with her dad all the time. He went hunting, and that's how she learned how to track, and they spent lots of time together. You could do that here. I like, obviously, how he come and show that he's willing to put his life on the line to save Walt. Maybe Walt's never thought of that before. And you could see that he was getting closer at the end. He was laughing. He got that little box, didn't he, of all the cards in, and they're going through it and reminiscing and, you know, seeing all the stuff that he should have had that his mum didn't get. I also liked how Michael didn't really bash his mum when he could have, in many a times, because obviously Walt's not really had the best first impression of his dad / backstory of him in general. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully together going forward, this is the start of a good relationship. Now, again, I really want to see what's happening in this trap door, whatever it is, mate. You need to get that open. Now, Michael, he knows about construction. He knows different things here and there. He could be a good asset if he teams up with Locke. If they squash their little beefy thing that they've got going on and they can work together, they'd be a good team. It really, really would. Just excited to see, obviously, what's happening with Claire and, obviously, the baby. And I did think it looked like she come back after having it, but I know it was dark and I might have misread that, but maybe we'll find out next episode. I cannot wait. That's where we currently are. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, please smash like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.